Hello. So, to talk about spirituality and technology, I decided to take us to beautiful Lincoln Park in West Seattle. And it's a place I consider pretty spiritual. I've had some spiritual experiences here. And I came here because I want to talk about memes. But before talking about memes, I want to talk about why I'm thinking about memes with spirituality and technology. So, Mark Keckelberg in Spirit in the Network, he sort of introduces what he perceives as the reigning view of technology versus spirituality. This idea that we used to live in this religious, enchanted world, and with modern technology, it has supplanted the spiritual, and now we no longer have need for the spiritual. The technological has replaced it. And Keckelberg calls BS on that. And Spirit in the Network is all about why and what he thinks instead. But one thing that he brings up as sort of an extension of this idea of a disenchanted world and re-enchantment is, this sort of correlation that you see with now that technology is so advanced. Now you're seeing this sort of resurgence in animism and neo-paganism, which I have certainly observed among my friends and to a small extent have participated in myself. There's just this idea that we return to nature because that's reality, that is what's deeper than technology. And when I read about this, when I think about this, it makes me think of something that I see people say on Twitter to kind of dismiss other people. And it's just this really short, simple phrase: please touch grass. What does that mean? Why should they go touch grass? Well, the idea behind please touch grass is you're on Twitter and you see someone just getting way too bothered by something that someone has said, or they seem to be on some wavelength that you have no idea what on earth they're talking about. You say to them, please touch grass, as a way of saying you have lost connection with reality and you need to go outside, touch grass, get grounded, and chill out. Well, what is it about grass or nature that should be touched? Why? But, it's kind of similar to this idea of re-enchantment, that technology and social media is kind of a way that we can disconnect from our real selves or from reality, the real world. And when we do that, when we experience that disconnection, we lose ourselves in a way. We become disconnected from our emotions, from proportionality, and so the only way to treat that is to close the computer, turn off the phone, step away, touch grass. And the thing about please touch grass is that it assumes that nature is inherently grounding in a way that tech or social media aren't. And I'm curious about that. So, I'm here in Lincoln Park. I have come here when I have some really big emotions that I need to deal with. My most memorable experience here was I'd just been dumped. I was feeling really sad. This park has trails that take you down to the beach on Puget Sound. and I went down and stood by the water, and a big wave hit me and knocked my phone out of my pocket, and it got in the water and was ruined. And that ended up being kind of good for me psychologically, because it helped me sort of make a little emotional separation from my boyfriend, my now ex-boyfriend. So, stuff like that would seem to support this idea of touching grass. I instead of sitting online all day, I came here, I went and I interacted with nature to calm myself. But then I have also had experiences where I'm out in the woods or I'm on a mountain or something, and I'm just so overwhelmed with the bigness and the wildness and the richness of where I am that I feel like I can't handle it, I can't compute it, and I feel ungrounded in the middle of nature. And the way I deal with that is I pull out my phone, go on Twitter, or take a picture, text someone. Or, there are times when maybe I'm sitting in my room and I'm feeling lots of emotions. I'm really upset about something, but I feel stuck. I feel glued to where I'm sitting. I can't even get up to come to the park. So I'll open Messenger or Signal or something, and I'll text a friend and I'll say, hey, can I talk to you? I'm not feeling good. And it's using social media in a way to connect me to people who I care about, and they help ground me through communication. And so it's like, is nature inherently more grounding than technology? I don't know. I'm inclined, just because of how I am as a person, to say, oh yes, absolutely, nature is, we should all be returning to nature, getting close to nature, touch the grass. Like, look at all of this green, it's beautiful. You can hear the birds, and when I'm not wearing a mask, I can smell the lovely green smells. And I do take time to put the phone away and just listen, and to be quiet and still and just listen. And it feels special when I do that. But I really don't think nature is only grounding and technology is only alienating. When someone is upset on Twitter, or when I'm spiraling and got caught up in an argument that I don't know how to stop or de-escalate, maybe I do need to go out and touch grass. Or maybe I just need to show the tweets to a friend through the DMs and say, am I off base here? And different situations will call for different things. So, yeah, in conclusion, touching grass is great, but it's not required for grounding. Social media is not a problem that nature solves. Social media is just another way that we fight and disconnect and connect and heal. It's a mediator. It's a way that we experience the world and our relationships. And having an excuse to go outside and touch some grass, that's just a bonus.